Hi everyone, welcome to Ants Crypto. I just wanted to give you all a kind of breakdown on the XRP chart and also to discuss with you if you're a current XRP holder and you've been wondering how come all these banks are being integrated with using Ripple and yet the price has never surged when you think there should be thousands that go in there in through transactions that should pump the price up. There's a reason why it hasn't pumped, which I'll get to at the end of this video. So I'll discuss that after. But first, I just want to give you a breakdown of this chart. Don't worry if you're looking at it thinking, oh my gosh, what's everything on there? I'll just give you like my breakdown, and obviously anything I do discuss in it is strictly for educational purposes only. None of this is financial advice, and always do your own research. So let me first go into here. So as you can see, from when XRP first started on the first day, this is on the daily, there was a big fluctuation. But what happened was, as you see from when the trading started after, it started down here. And what that did was it caused a discrepancy where this box is. So by a discrepancy, I'll explain it to you. So a discrepancy here is where, as you can see through this big line here, the trading has only been, if you look from the top to the bottom, the trading had only came through here. So it left a big void here of where this part hasn't been untraded. So normally what I've found happens a lot in trading is, what normally happens is, even though it's come down here, normally it will always come back through to fill the discrepancy. So that's why I've pointed out that area. And as you can see, if I drag this across, there was that big discrepancy there. And then what happened as we got to, that's annoying it, right, to there. So then what happened, although it took time, what happened eventually, it did come back up and filled the discrepancy. So always look out for these when you're doing, if you're charting yourself and you see anything like this, always look out for where that discrepancy is, because you can always normally anticipate, or my personal belief is, you will normally see where it will come back through to fill the discrepancy, to fill that void. And as you can see, it took time, but it went through. So there's a few key areas what I want to, let me just go back here, to kind of break it down for you from my personal analysis of it. So some key areas here, what I've pointed out is here, because what happened here, from this bit of accumulation here, and it kind of was like an order block, what happened here is this caused like a resistance. And then so as you can see, XRP started, it came down, there had a bit of trading here, and then it came down. And then as you can see, you've got, let me just put this on here, you've got resistance here, resistance there, and then although here what happened, it came up, there's a discrepancy here. See this little box area here, see there's a discrepancy there. So then what happened, it came up, came back down, filled the discrepancy, and once it filled the discrepancy, it came back up, and it actually managed to break this resistance, came back down here where there was another discrepancy. So the discrepancy here is where the first candle here and the third candle don't overlap each other. So let me break it down and show you. So what it is here, So as you can see from this candle to the third, it caused a discrepancy here. So then that's why it caused a discrepancy, but it's made another discrepancy, and look what's happened. It's came down, filled part of the discrepancy, but even there it hadn't fully filled it. It's still left a gap here. So obviously if someone was trading around that time, I'd be cautious, thinking the price is going to pump up because there's still a discrepancy. So what happened? It came up to here, hit the resistance, came down, hit the resistance again, come back down, filled this box to then where we've got a point here where there's like it kind of formed some positiveness. So as you can see here, then what happened, it pumped up, came back through here, got close to there, came back down, and this started being a support then, if you notice, support, until eventually it was broken. So let me just come back here. So then what happened then, look, we came through, come up near here, came right down, and then what happened, this was where the Bitcoin had a bull run. So if you look on here, look, this is March 2020. So look, this is Bitcoin. So if you go to March 2020, what happened, Bitcoin went on a bull run, and as you can see through 2020 it went right up to a peak there. So through that year is what they call the bull run. So that's why XRP here went on a bull run. So it's shot up, it's left a discrepancy, it's caused a bull run to come right up. But before the Bitcoin bull run ended, the SEC filed their lawsuit against Ripple. So obviously what happened then, XRP holders panicked, they sold off, which caused a big dip. But then obviously what happened is people probably maybe had confidence in XRP again, and there was the Bitcoin bull run. So obviously it came back up again, broke through all the resistances, obviously due to the bull run. And what did it do? It filled the void, what was here, this big discrepancy, what was here. Look what it done. It rallied back up through, it filled that void, so it filled the discrepancy, and then the Bitcoin bull run ended. So that caused then a year of the bear market, what they call, where everything normally crashes for a year. So what happened, as you can see for Bitcoin, it started dipping, it hit that bear market. So then what happened here, it came here, bear market started to come down from, here we go, 2021, came down through this bear market right down, and where this was once resistance, obviously it had been broken through, and then that started to cause a support. So as you can see, it was previous resistance there, and then what's happened here, it's become support. So look, it became support then. So for a temporary moment, well, for a part here, it came support, came up. But then with everything going on with the SEC, that's obviously caused a lot of this going on. And then obviously a big dip down to here. And you'll notice here, where this was support before and came through, it started to act as support again here. So support there, support here, and it's kind of kept a support line at the moment. But my only concern is there's a discrepancy here which still needs to be filled. So obviously, just like previously, that always normally gets filled. So if anyone's thinking I've got, my personal opinion is, if I'm thinking, oh, I've got XP and it's going to shoot up, I do believe it's going to have a big tumble down. But personally, with the Bitcoin, you'll normally see every 4 years you'll get a bull run, and then after that year you get a bear market, which is normally every 4 years. So if you have a look yourself and go through every 4 years, you'll normally spot that on there. And just to kind of prove that, so as you can see here, in 2020 was the bull run. If you take 4 years off that, 2016, there you see again, that was when it was another bull run. So 4 years, then bear market, 4 years again, bull run. So if we go off that, then this is my theory here. We had a trend line came up, another discrepancy here. So this is what I want to share with you. So look, we've got a discrepancy here which needs to be filled, and this was previous support. Now, because Bitcoin, to me, look, 2020, where we at? Yeah, 2020, they reckon that, I'd say, we're near a bull run phase again. It has came up again, but let me show you what I mean. So I think there's either two different ways about this now. So as you can see, this was once resistance. Oh, sorry, I should have locked that. And it was resistance against here, resistance. But then it has managed to break through. So we're in like an accumulation phase here. So I believe it can go either of two ways. We can either get a bull run and then it breaks through, goes through the discrepancy and perhaps breaks through the all-time high, or what I believe could happen is it could fill the discrepancy and then come down, fill this discrepancy down here, and eventually boom back up. But it just depends on a bull run or not. So if we have a look on this graph, which is by Calvin Harris, one of his really good books, what I suggest for you to buy, called Crypto Cheat Guide. So as you can see, bear market, bull run, 4 years bull run, come through, bull run. What's 4 years from 2021? It's next year. So this is why I'm thinking we're coming up to 2025 when Bitcoin could have a bull run. So what I'm thinking, and obviously like I says, I'm not a advisor, this is just for educational purposes only. I think what could happen is when we come into 2025, I personally think we'll break through this accumulation phase, break through, fill this void, this discrepancy, and then I believe break through maybe this all-time high. But then I think what will happen is I reckon we'll fill this, break, get a new all-time high, but then I believe when the bull run ends in 2025, that's what I think will happen after that. We'll break the all-time high, then we'll go into a bear run in 2026, which I believe then will come down, crashing down. And I personally believe which will come down, fill this discrepancy, and then shoot back up again. Because as we see here, there was a big discrepancy here, and as we notice, that was 2018, and it didn't get filled until quite a while after 18. So look, pretty much near enough 3 years. I'm not saying everyone takes 3 years, because we see here they don't. We just know that they normally always get filled. So obviously, bearing that in mind, we can see there's a big one there. But obviously, if there's a Bitcoin bull run happening next year, I don't see it going down to fill the discrepancy. I believe that will happen after the Bitcoin bull run when we get to the bear market. So So yeah, so personally, like I said, it's not financial advice, but something that I'm keeping an eye on is I do believe it's going to shoot through, like I said, and then I reckon 2000 and in 2026, I believe it will come down and fill this. And it's something that I want to look at myself, because obviously I have this on my YouTube and I want to look back on this in a year's time just to see as well if I was right, and just to actually see when this discrepancy was filled. So personally, if someone was thinking, you know, it's shot through the all-time high and that's it, it's gonna keep flying up, personally, I don't believe that. That's my own personal opinion because of the discrepancy. So I do think it will break this, fill the discrepancy, and then shoot back and eventually go back up and keep past this, hopefully. But obviously not until, obviously probably fill it first, but then fill this discrepancy first. The other reason I wanted to say it is as well, what I said in the beginning of the video, is about a lot of XRP holders have heard all the noise with Ripple, you know, all the news, you know, speculation. We've acquired this partnership with this bank, that bank. So naturally, as an XRP holder, you're going to think, wow, there's thousands of transactions coming through the XRP. So surely that's going to boost price and we're all going to be rich. Unfortunately, the news is in 2021, I believe it is, Ripple made a private ledger for the bank, so it's not the public one, it's a private one, and it doesn't actually need XRP to run it. So all this bank talk, I wouldn't go into it. So to kind of help you understand that, so as you can see here, Ripple's new CBDC play has no direct need for XRP. So it's important for you to understand this. So the important bit where I got through. So look, in 2021, Ripple announced a private ledger for CBDCs. At the time, Ripple said that XRP could be leveraged as a neutral bridge asset for frictionless value movement between CBDCs and other currencies. But look what it says. Ripple built both its private ledger and the CBDC platform on the XRP ledger. And the private ledger is based on the XRPL, but does not require XRP to operate. So as you can see there, the banks are using that private ledger, but they don't need XRP to operate it. So this explains why when all we get this hype about all the banks, they're not using XRP. So, you know, if people are thinking, oh, this bank integration and we're going to be rich, my personal opinion, it's not going to happen. I do believe that, you know, you can use Ripple to pay for certain things, and I do believe eventually Ripple will go up in money, but I don't believe how a lot of people are probably thinking it through the hype which has gone on. So yeah, so you know, I really hope that this has been helpful for you, even in like chart analysis through any of those key points I've pointed out there. I hope that gives you, you know, some type of, you know, insight. But like I said, I'm not I'm not a financial advisor. Like I said, it is for educational purposes, but I do hope it's helped you in your own way. And yeah, please don't forget, if you've found this video to be useful for you, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, as obviously it's a new channel, and if you're enjoying it, it will just help promote me and I really appreciate it. So I hope it's helped, and catch you on the next video, everyone.